Hey guys, and welcome back to Rames Games. I only have about 15 minutes to make this before the food in the oven is done, so let's go ahead and get started. We are here with Stonehearth, Alpha 13. I did not mean to continue. That's fine. Ignore everything you're saying. It also makes my computer make wonderful noises. Alright, so I'm going to go to a new game. We'll explain the game as we go on. There's really no point in doing it right now. Sorry about the spam clicking. So you start off with two kingdoms, the Ascendancy, it's kind of like a forest people, and the Rise Children, which are more like desert people. I like the Ascendancy. Of course, you can start either of them in either biome. It's just one is more fitting to the other at the moment. There's really no advantage or disadvantage of choosing either one. I don't think the classes are any different. So we're just going to go temperate. I've never played in desert, and being the newest biome and the bugs that this game is completely riddled with because it is an alpha, I'm not going to bother. And a normal game, you can do peaceful. But if you want the actual experience, these stats look fairly fine except for those two. I don't want to roll too many times. That actually looks pretty good. We're going to take the hoe, the sword, baskets of corn. We can make the hoe. Let's take the spindle. Basically, you get a couple items. They're the same every time. You get a couple items you can choose from up to a certain cap of gold each one's worth to embark with. Most of this map doesn't necessarily matter, I don't think. Just looking for somewhere to stick out, really. I want somewhere with minerals, so we won't be starting on like a lake or anything. This place looks interesting. Let's settle here. I don't want to spend too long picking a place to go because really it's all kind of redundant. I won't be trapping, so the fact that I even looked for two animals was just ridiculous. Alright, so this is your map. You get your own little chunk of land that you spawn on. This is everywhere that the magic happens. And you start off by being able to put your banner anywhere as high as you want. I could put it in the middle of the lake probably. Let's not do that. We're not trying to break the game completely. I'll probably start... I like this clearing right here. Boom. Done. Great Goldton. Words. Ramesington Valley. Stop it. Stop it. Sure. Alright, so we're going to start off by harvesting. I'm going kind of quick. This game will break pretty fast, so I don't really care to explain things right now. I just want to record. Gotta make sure that I watch for about 15 minutes so I can go collect my food in the oven. So right now we are collecting resources. I need to get a basic stockpile set up. Basic 20 by 20, just allow all. I don't really care. And I need to make someone with decent mind. You have decent mind and terrible body. You're gonna be that. Just need someone high health. Ooh, I'm lacking in the health department. So I'm going to make this one the footman. The footman will just scout around, and we can actually assign them to a party. Add member, not in a party. Done. And we'll call it... I have no idea. So original city defense. That's all they're being called. So you can see right here, we can actually set out a banner for them to go to, and we can clear it. They can also defend the town. We don't want either of those active. And we need the first crafting table can be done here. All the other ones have to be done from a actual crafting menu. Normally in you craft the things through here. But the first one, because it's just the workbench, you just grab it and whatever. People can only craft if things are placed down. Okay, every day you have a... That's not what I meant to click. That's what I want. Every day your town has an overview. You have a net worth based off of gold and everything. Every town's inventory has a numerical value. And then your citizens for morale have overall morale of 5 right now. 5 because the average of food, shelter, and safety is 5. Then I have 17 edible things. I'd like to have more than 17. Ideally, you can sell those every day if you meet the requirements of net worth, morale, and I forget what the other one is. Then you can possibly get another citizen. Otherwise, they don't want to give it to you because you're not worthy. Right, I want to make a hoe. And I did grab a spindle. So that can be used to upgrade someone to the Weaver, which the Weaver will do things like make upgraded worker uniforms and padding and stuff for your citizens. All the essential stuff that you need. Go ahead and actually, let's crack into this. Turn it in slice mode so you can see the world. The world is in slices of 4x4 chunks. There are no cave-ins, so we'll just dig something like that. We can actually stick a wall in front of this and put a door on it. Not that doors really do anything. I think things can just run through doors unless they change that, which should be great if they did. So like I said, I know I'm going kind of fast, but the game is pretty much self-explanatory. A lot of people say it looks like... Sorry, I say a lot of people. I mean, basically no one says that it's going for that whole Minecraft aesthetic. It's really not. The game is going for, if anything, more of a cube world, which I don't want to say that any game is going towards any other game's aesthetic. But if I pause the game, you can look at the character models. They actually wanted this game to be highly moddable and highly customizable. And of course, they're not totally done with that yet, because, you know, this is still an alpha game. But, you know, you can create your own mods, and actually the people themselves, the races of people, are mods. They actually use their own modding in order to create them. So they're working on it. But as far as that goes, I find it a pretty original game for the most part. It's got your RPG elements and your survival elements with like food and attacks and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. But we're not going to stare at this the whole time. You can also build blueprints. I will be building a shared sleeping quarters because I'm a scrub. Boom. Finished. Build. Yes. Go ahead and get this guy something to do. Give him some XP for creating things. 5 of those. 1 regular wooden door. I can't make 4 beds. You can also use arrows, which you saw me doing there. So they'll create that. They'll take from the stockpile and start building up the house. Cool, carpenter level 1. So now that he's level 1, I can actually build some of the more advanced stuff. So it does take levels to do some of this stuff. Like the company bed requires placed carpenter bench, which I still need to do. But that takes a carpenter level 2, as you can see. And then, yeah, you can craft more advanced things that way. What was I doing? I need to make 2 of these wooden wall-mounted lanterns. That way, if I go into the blueprint, you can see that there's 2 wall mounts. You can also see the requirements here. 17 wooden logs to build this entire thing. 4 main beds, 2 wooden wall mounted lanterns, 1 wooden door, and 5 wooden frames, which is what I did. You can tell I've played this game a little bit. Not too much, actually. But I've wanted to record it for a while, so I'm going to. And this guy passed out because they haven't had any beds to sleep in. Oh well. They will get over it. Holy crap. I never made a farmer. Change jobs. Approve. Daily update. You can see here if you meet the food requirement, morale, and net worth, then you can get a new Hearthling. Which I could have, maybe, if I got more food, because as a result my net worth would have went up. I'm going to make corn first. That way they work on that. A small thing of silkweed. And a big thing, carrots. What I also want to do is make a few crates. We're going to turn a couple of those into food crates. That way, you know, the food doesn't go bad. Which, food going bad is not what you want. So you can see here for mining, because I mined into the actual rock resource instead of, say, had we mined down on this level right here, you would have barely got any rocks, any stone, or any ores. But because I did the intelligent thing and started up by the mountain, we actually got things like gold ore, iron ore, copper ore, hunks of stone, and coal. These are represented by veins that you will sometimes see sticking through. We don't see any here, and I'm not going to dig into it more. But yeah, so in this quick little video that I just wanted to throw together, this is Hearthstone. This is basically it. You have a tech tree right here. You have a blacksmith, a carpenter, a farmer, footman, your starting worker, which it's kind of silly that the workers don't level up overdoing tasks, but that's when you would say, well, what defines a task and what defines how much XP? Well, that's for the developers to figure out. Then you also have mason and potter, which the potter can do things with clay, I think. Then you have your trapper and your shepherd. Basically, your mason would need to be a certain level before you can upgrade it to a potter. And same with the shepherd. Your trapper has to be a certain level. And you also have the weaver, which does plant-based things. And of course, you can see all the requirements below. So yeah, it's a nifty little game. And place an item. And you also have your city's entire inventory right here, broken down: wealth, resources, shops, blah, 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 blah. The game is in development, and it's a pretty slow development if you ask me. Upsettingly slow. But it's a pretty good game, I think. And I'm going to try not to break it, so consider this episode 1. And if I break it, well, that's it. It's going to be season 1, because I'm going to try to do at least one, like, series per alpha build. Assuming a lot changes between builds. Not likely, though. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. It's been Rames Games playing Stonehearth, and I'll see you in episode 2.